when it comes to relationships, because honestly, even though you guys aren't married, you guys are like one of the best couples I've ever seen, realistically. Like, there's times where Sarah and I, we do talk about it. We're like, man, I'm really jealous, because you guys, like, love on each other unconditionally, like, almost all the time. Sarah and I, we have to, like, look at each other like, do you want to be touched? No.
Don't touch me.
Yeah, like, just don't touch me. So, I mean, we do kind of get that jealousy moment. So it doesn't really matter necessarily if you get married right away or not get married right away. It's the point, it comes down to, like,
the type of relationship.
Yeah, what type of relationship do you have, and do you truly love each other? Which there's no doubt that you two really do. And so, I mean, I guess that's the kind of thing I've always seen. That, in my eyes, you guys are already married. You just have to actually do it.
I think half the time in our eyes, we are serious how we act with each other.
That's honestly kind of my thought is, like, marriage is, it's not, I don't want to say this, like, making it like, oh, whatever, but marriage is more of a formality for me. Because I feel like you're just somebody who, we both kind of feel the same way, that we really care about each other, and that's the most important thing.
We don't see it as an ending type thing.
Well,
so, like,
you and I were friends, like, we were close friends before we really started dating, and we're friends first.
Yeah.
And then we're in a relationship. Let me just tell you the perfect way to live your life, because we've got everything figured out. Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
Sure
mean,
do.
We've talked before. It's, you know, there's no difference.
Right.
Yeah, we have the rings, but there's nothing different about our relationship.
Yeah,
So
really.
You kind of want to have that establishment before you get married.
Right.
Yes.
Well, and I guess there's also that thing too, like, when you're married, like, the idea of, you know, for, like, especially for us, we're not trying to get pregnant, but, like, the fear of getting pregnant is no longer like, oh my god,
like a huge,
like, you can't, like, we can't afford that kind of thing. It's now we're like, well, shit, we're married, like, I guess we're gonna have a kid.
It happens.
And then when it happens, it happens. So I guess that's the only real change I've ever really experienced, because when I was, like, before we were married, it was like a pretty scary thing, like, for us going, like, we really can't.
Right.
It's
really
not the
can't.
right
This
time.
is not a thing.
This is not. No. And now we're, like, getting to, like, a year and a half in a relationship, and both of us like, yeah, it's fine.
If it happens,
It'd
it'll be
good.
great.
Right.
Like, so. But besides that, yeah, there's really not a lot of huge differences relationship-wise, and that's the thing. I think it's kind of important too. There's, like, so many people I know that rush into getting married or try their best. Like, we've been together for almost 2 years. Why is this man not proposed to me? It's like, because he's not ready. Like, would you rather have a man that's ready or and actually loves you and wants to make sure everything works out, or would you just want to rush this and then accidentally go, oops, this didn't work out, and go through a horrible divorce?
I think
like,
I've seen more couples that have talked about it and knew it was coming that have stayed together.
Oh yeah.
Versus the ones that was 2 years, oh, it's that time, need to do it,
and thinking back to how we were 2 years into our relationship, it's like that would have never, like, we would not be here like this if we would have done something like that. Like,
because, like, Sarah and I, when did I propose to you? Like, what was the date? Like,
May something.
It's the beginning
it's on
of
YouTube
May.
somewhere. Yeah.
go look it up.
Look at that video.
But yeah, no, it's like, that's the thing, like, when I proposed to her, like, I remember, like, 4 months beforehand, me not wanting to truly propose to her because it was kind of scary. Like, I did not think this was going to go anywhere. And I got really scared of that. And, like, I actually told her, do you want to do a break? Like just take a break. And Sarah said flat out, we break, it's permanent. It's done. Like, I don't do breaks. And I'm like, all right, fine, that's fine. So I'll have to see how I feel about that. And I eventually just talked to her, and I was like, you know, this is what I want to do. And usually that kind of discussion, when you have that discussion, will really kind of tell you where you're going to go from there. Because literally within 4 months, I was like, well, actually the month after we had that conversation, literally I was like, all right, I got to propose to this girl, so I got to go find a ring. And so I spent 3 months preparing myself for a ring, making sure, because I am the worst secret keeper in the world, not to tell anybody appropriately, to get the ring, get everything set up and go. And it kind of just all worked out, and it was awesome. The process was awesome. It worked out. Everything's fine. We were moving into a house that my parents owned that I grew up in for a long period of time, so everything was working out. And I said propose. She said yes. and that's where we are.
What username are you on YouTube? Where that video is?
Oh, just Leon Bedard.
Leon Bedard. Go look it up.
Yeah, go look up my awesome video I proposed to my wife. I had singers, I had candles, I had flowers,
A fireplace.
It was a fireplace.
It was 1,000,000 degrees.
It was 1,000,000 degrees. All of my fraternity brothers hated me.
You put them up on the second story.
Yeah.
And all the heat was in your face.
Yeah.
That's all right.
So, anyways, like, but that's, you know, that's the...
And I don't think length of time really has much to do with it. It's what you've experienced in that amount of time.
And we
and
talked
like,
about a lot.
right. And like, so for a lot of people who do kind of jump into that marriage thing, they don't really have those important conversations. They don't really have those scenarios because that usually doesn't happen in that amount of time. So that's more of what it is. Like, Jake and I have gone through some stuff that probably we wouldn't even have been ready to even think about it up until a year ago. Like, it brought out a lot of different things and a lot of things that we had to talk about, and it took our relationship to that next step where we're like, this is someone that we can see ourselves being with. And so I don't necessarily think there's a time limit necessarily. It's what you've gone through. But a lot of those types of things, when people rush into it and it's more of like well, this is time, they don't have those conversations. They don't have those experiences.
Well, for me, it's always been like it's more in moments. There's a moment where you realize that, like, this is a person I want to date. There's a moment you realize this is a person I'm in love with, and there's...
So what was your moment?
Oh, gross.
Excuse me while I vomit.
I have asked him that question many times, and he has responded with...
Which moment?
I don't know, pick one.
Which moment?
That...
The I love you moment?
Yeah, because I've actually asked you that question before.
Yeah, I love you moment was more of a moment that, like, I blurted it out and I didn't realize. I was like, I just said that. Because I was talking and the words it wasn't even like I just said, like, oh, and also I love you. Like, it was like in the middle of the middle of a conversation.
And also with you as well.
And you should have some too. And it just kind of came out, and I was like, and like at that moment, if I wanted to have taken it back, I could have said, but that's not. I didn't mean that. But I didn't. I didn't feel the need to say, like, well, I don't really mean that. And I feel like I said it. If I could have thought about it more, I probably would have said it later. Not that I didn't want to say it when I did, but I wasn't planning on saying that. And I feel like that's one of those moments you almost plan on saying, like, I love this person. But then there was a moment of, like,
it was also a month into our relationship. So.
It was a month into our relationship, which is why I was kind of like, I don't know if she's ready to hear me say this. Like, and I was also 19. Hi.
It's true.
I was kind of scared because I was 19, and like I had one other serious relationship, which was, it just was kind of stagnant. Is the best way I could describe that other relationship that I had. It wasn't bad. Like, we were friends and we had a good time. We hung out. But we were definitely boyfriend and girlfriend. We weren't like.
I never really had the I love you moment. Like, I finally did say it to Sarah, and it was really nice. And it was like, it wasn't really anything memorable. Like, it was nothing like. When I finally said I love you, it was more just like I said
we
it.
were like hanging out.
We were just hanging out, and I was like, you know, I want to say something, but I don't know how you're gonna take it. And I said it just like that. And she goes like, just say it. And I was like, I love you. And she was like, aw, I love you too. And then, like, it was just basically went like that. But the reason why I said it too, like, there was a lot of those I love you moments that I had with Sarah, because it was usually like a situation that I thought of that really, like, made me super happy to be with her. And the biggest thing for me was that there was things that I was looking into for a relationship. And that's the thing too, like, college, I didn't go to college for school. I went to college to create friends and relationships. And finding a wife was really important for me. It's also why I didn't really do well in college the first time, because I didn't really know what I was going to school for. And I didn't really think of it that way, because I just was like, I don't really know who I am. So why would I go to school for something I don't know who I am? So I went to college and I found friends, and, you know, my experience at Western Michigan was very much like that. I found friends, and I found friends that I will have forever. A lot of them come from this room too, and stuff like that. It develops that, but especially for, like, when it came to Sarah in my life, the thing that I never really had when I dated girls was a girl who could make me laugh in ways that that wasn't like very valid. Go, wow, that was like a stupid statement you said. No, don't do that. I'm so shy. You actually knew jokes and they were funny, and that was like something that actually got me going. And it was more like not even jokes necessarily. It was more just situations that she would like say. Like actually, one of my favorite stories I have with you is when, and this was like late into our relationship, but this was Sarah was hounding me for a dog. Like forever. She wanted a dog. She needed to have a dog.
Hounding for a hound?
Yes, hounding for a hound. And finally one night, she just kind of was like, Leon, I want a dog now. And I'm like, well, we don't have the time. We can't do that right now. Fine, I'm going to make my own. It's like, you're going to make your own? Yes. And I'm going to love him, and you're going to love him too. I'm like, okay. And then I hear her on the other side of the bed just going, hello, how you doing? How you doing? Daddy loves you. Mommy loves you. I was like, who are you talking to? My dog. Really? What's his or her name? Burrito. I was like, you have a dog over there named Burrito. Yes, I do.
I will say I'd studied for probably about 12 hours.
Yeah, oh yeah. You were sleep deprived as all hell.
Sleep deprived, brain was mush.
But that's the thing though too, is like with those kind of stories that I love, is that it just because we became able to basically just be ourselves comfortably. And because of that, that's when I started falling in love with her, because I could literally just do the silliest things. Like in her old apartment, I was freezing cold. And I looked over at like the heater vent, and I was like, "Oh my God, yes!" Lifted up my shirt and put it right next to it, and I burned myself like twice. And because the heater vent was that hot. Yes, I'm stupid. I'm aware. But at the same time, I didn't get a nagging girlfriend going, "Oh my God, I can't believe you're just so stupid." Like blah blah blah. I got dumbass, and just. A bunch
Followed
of
by laughter.
Yeah.
Not are you okay?
Yeah, not are you okay? Wait, and
that's true.
Yeah, and it is because it's like of course if I'm really hurt, she would be fine. Like I cut the tip of my finger off when I was making her food. She was there for me. She really was. That wasn't funny. That was painful, and my finger was bloody all over the place. It was bad.
Like, you can't hear Nalani's silently laughing over here.
Yeah, I know, right?
Thinking of the moments that I've hurt myself, and she's gone just like.
But that's
can't breathe laughing at me.
Yes.
Because,
oh yeah.
But even with that sense of like that situation going on too, it's like you know that they care, but at the same time they never stop being themselves, and you never stop being yourselves. You know, it's never. That's what I love about it. And there's certain things that, you know, there's a lot of people I love to be around, but I couldn't ever date them or be with them.
Yeah, like Greg.
Yeah, like, God, Greg.
What?
Son of a bitch.
I want to date
Let's talk more about Greg.
They invite me over to their house in like a week